Hello, everybody here in the show, in the chat, everywhere. How's it going, Mad, Peggy, Zach, John, MPN? Hello, guys. Multi. It's multi-revelator. Lewis. Hello. How is everybody this fine? Hey, Derek, how is everybody this fine Tuesday? Doing well, I hope. Cheerio, and all that whatnot. God save the Queen. Greasy. It's the greasy monkey. And this first hour of Fretworks is brought to you by my good friend Dane at Zim's Guitars in Mesa, Arizona. Check out Dane. Call him. He'll ship to you. You can call him at 480-242-3742 and ask him what he's got and what he'll ship. I always run an ad for Dane every show. I don't even think he knows I do it. Hey, Mr. Mick. I do not think he even knows that I do this for him. I don't do it for anything other than just friendship. I think the guy's great. I think the store's great, and it deserves to be promoted. Anywhere, any way I can do it, I'll do it. Mr. Mick. Peggy. Hi, Peggy. You are back. Derek, you've never seen any of Dane's videos? It's Zim's Guitars. Dane does. He's a buy, sell, or trade used guitar shop. He's got over 500 guitars in the shop right now, and probably just as many pedals there too. And he does great prices. He would rather trade and barter than he would sell outright, I believe. So yeah, look at Zim's Guitars on YouTube. He's got a lot of videos. Mr. and Mrs. Mick are doing a great job. So a round of applause. I had a big test today at the hospital, so I did not get to wash my shirts today, so I'm not wearing. Okay, do that. There we go. You know, I'm the same way, Mr. Mick, but the funny part is on the what's the live stream? I don't know if it was a live stream or one of the last videos he did. He's like, you know, he should be excited, but now it's like it's getting old, kind of. He doesn't want to be there all day, every day. But he's into also old classic cars. So he sold his Corvair. No, I don't think so, Lewis. He sold his Corvair. It's thrown away anyhow. He sold the Corvair and bought a 70 Camaro. So he does love old cars, and I think he's getting more interested in that now than guitars. Yeah, Lewis, I smashed it and threw it away. Like all of them should be thrown away. I hate those things. But every show, I do run the banner for Dane. Like I said, I don't even think he knows I do this, but I do promote his store everywhere. So, okay, hide that. And then we'll put this one out in case anybody wants to donate some parts. Hi, Scott. No, did not. Not an R10, anyhow. Dane is he's from Ohio. How could he not be? So, yeah, Dane is 3 years older than me. He's 64 years old and was in a mosh pit. So he's still, he's pretty spry for an older guy. Plays in 2 bands. He plays at the Whiskey all the time. He's got a punk band. He plays guitar in a punk band and plays bass in his other band. So he sold the Corvair and bought a 70 Camaro. And then I think he was joking. He said, I ought to send it over here and let me paint it. Because I showed him the last Camaro I painted, which was that lime green. So, Scott, no, we didn't. I think I'm going to have to use an R3 and just kind of flatten it out a little bit. And that should work. Well, I mean, it will work, but I know Marshall really wanted to try to find a gold R10 and cannot find one anywhere. If it looks like the store has it, you go to add it to the cart, then it tells you that they're out of stock. Driving here for vacation, yeah. Oh, hey, Marshall. So, I understand wanting to do what was originally was on there, but I can't find one. Greasy. Did they write you back, Marshall? I know Marshall sent an email to somebody, asked if they could order one. Well, rain now. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're under flood watch. So, as soon as I'm able to. Oh, no, they did not email you back? Okay. I'm still looking. I can't find any R10, let alone a gold one. Now, you would think eBay or Reverb, someone would have an old one somewhere, but nope. I just cannot find one. And they weren't that popular because not many fretboards were 15, 16, 17, or 20 all the way down. So that's your board's a 15 from start to finish. So, hey, man. Thank you, Derek. There you go. 70. I had 470 Chevelles. 70. I had a 70 Monte Carlo, and I always wanted a 70 Camaro, 70 and a half, because 70 actually, the first half of 70 was a 69 Camaro. Then halfway through the year, they switched it over to the body style that most people associate with a 70. R5. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the, do I even have it here now? Thought I did. I don't know what I did with it. I had the list. Oh, here it is. So an R3 is the same width. The height on an R3 is just a little bit higher. Let's see what else. And the center spacing on an R3 from E to E, center width, is on R3 it's 1.415, and R10 it's 1.435. So you're not really going to notice that. And as far as the height goes, because the R3 is a 10-inch radius, I would have to flatten it out just a hair to bring it down to the 15, which in turn would also lower it. So the R3, I think, is going to have to be what we do. But we'll keep looking. Well, I even emailed Floyd Rose, and I haven't heard anything back yet. So, I don't know. You would think somebody somewhere would have one, but they don't. Which sucks. I mean, you'd think someone might even have one in like old stock that was never sold. But I'm beginning to think they only made them per order. So when you get to like a 15 radius neck, which is what that Paradise one is, Marshall's is, now they're like 12, 14, 16, all in one neck. They shrink, compound radius. That one is 15 from the start to the finish. So that's why they went with that. And when you go 12 to 14 to 16, you can put a 10 radius on it, and it works fine. But we will figure something out. So before we go to the bench, yeah, Mad, we are looking for a gold R10 locking nut. There you go. And mine was silver with a black vinyl top. And it had, it wasn't an SF on it, but it had a 300 horsepower 350 in it. Power Glide. Which I hated. Please do, Mad, but we've looked everywhere. I've looked, Peggy's looked, Jim's looked, Marshall's looked. Every now and then you can find one on a website, says they have it, and you go to add it to the cart and it says they're out of stock. So that's silver? That looks just like the one I had. Gray. And mine was a silver with black vinyl top. Had the rally rims like that, the Corvette rally rims, and had black interior. Bucket seats, shifter on the floor, but it was a Power Glide, only 2-speed, which made me mad. It had 373 rear end from the factory in it, and the 300 horsepower, the stock 300 horsepower 350. Stupid plug. I hate wires. And here we go again. Yeah, Mr. Mick, I can just take an R3 and use that. Yeah, I can take an R3 or even different, same there. Actually, an R4. Okay. Get this. Your R10 height is 240. R4 278. So again, I'd have to bring it down a little bit. But your E to E center spacing on the R10 is 1.4355, and the E to E on the center spacing on the R4 is the same, 1.4355. And string spacing is the same. So the only thing I'd have to do is just touch it on a belt sander or the disc sander. Just touch it just enough to flatten it out a little bit more than it is, and that would also bring it down that little bit. So an R4 is actually a better replacement than the R3. So anybody find a gold R4. That's what we can use that. So, yeah, the R4 matches everything except for the height and the radius, but again, taking out the height and radius at the same time, so string spacing is identical. So let's see if we can find a gold R4. Hold on. Now there's one on eBay. Genuine Floyd Rose R4 locking nut, satin gold, made in Germany. That's satin gold. $58. Let's see what Floyd Rose has. Gold R4. Marshall. Here, let me put this in here. Floyd actually has a gold R4 right now. There you go. R4, bright gold. They have it even in the satin gold, but we don't need that. We need that one. Original and Pro Tremolo systems. So, hold on. Let me put this in the chat. Click on this, Marshall. Have that sent to me, and that's just a 4 or 5 seconds on the sander, and that would take that right where it needs to be. But before I do that, what I would do since fretboard sanded down, not a lot, a little bit, because I didn't take it down all the way to get all the marks off, and then with the new jumbo frets. So, okay. So at least we know they got that and we can get it. So that's a good thing. Yeah, if you look, I didn't even look at the R4. If you look at the R4 specs and 10, first one's identical. The second one is the radius, and it's still a 10 radius to a 15, but that's, I mean, we're just, the height, that would be taken care of, and then your center spacing and string spacing is identical. And the R3 is actually a little bit, a little tighter, not enough to really, you'd really notice that much, but the R4 is the same, so if that's what you're used to. Because I cannot find an R10 anywhere. So, any questions, comments, concerns, or criticism? See, I'm remembering that now. Before we go to the bench. We're going to do some mad mixing and chemistry tonight. See what we can do for the repairing of the flowers on that. But I still don't have the frets. Nothing from StewMac came in yet. Yes, screw holes will line up. Uh, John, hey, John sent me a circuit, basically a circuit tester. So I want to thank you for that, John. I'll show it here when I get over to the bench. And it's pretty neat. It's really neat. So thank you, John, for that. Hopefully, what I'm going to have to do is take the bass amp apart again, but now I can actually test everything on the circuit board. Very simply, all you do is hit the power button, which is powered by a cell phone charger. Just plug the wire in, cell phone charger, and you hit the button, and it lights up green, and then you touch everything. And if it doesn't light up, that's the bad circuit. Just replace that, or a resistor, or whatever it might be. So yes, thank you, John. It will help. And that's the first thing I want to use it on, is that bass amp. So that was nice of John to send that tool that will come in handy. All right. There it is. So where's the mouse? So, anybody got anything to say or ask about or anything? Oh my God, this thing is going to drive me nuts. That's the only, and I don't get this because on the Rodecaster, it has a Bluetooth button where you can, it has your 4 mic channels. So you can run 4 different microphones. There's 4 headphone volumes. And then there is a USB, which is how I have it hooked up to the computer, so you can hear everything that I go through on that. Then there's one for a smartphone. That's how I have it hooked up to the Helix. I have a left and right, goes into one, into here. And then there's a Bluetooth where you can hook up a phone or anything Bluetooth except Bluetooth headphones. It will not take Bluetooth headphones, and I don't know why. Hey, Blue. Beckley. Oh, the lighting. Thank you. It's just black light. Kind of shows the glow, and down there, although the camera corrects it. That's the only thing I kind of hate about that. I am on the lookout for more of those. They're called wall washers of light. So if I can get more, I'd actually like to put one behind the stand and then mount one up on each side here, facing the guitars on both sides of the room, hanging on the wall. So, yeah, I gotta make some moves around in here anyhow, because it's funny because I come in here and look at this now and it reminds me of the last 3 years. So I want to change that. Okay. So nothing else? And I don't think I'm going to go with the overhead camera because far away. So I think I'm going to go with this one, guys. Because you'll be able to see better what I'm doing. Just want to change it around some, you know. I thought about putting a 2x10 board all the way across. So that'd be 12 feet across that way. And then I could hang more guitars on it. But I'd have no place for the amps. Unless I took the two bottom cabinets out and dropped and just had the one cabinet, then I could do, you know what, 3. I could put 6 more guitars up there and not touch the amp rack. So I don't know. I want to make some kind of change. Obviously, I can't do the color change because I spent way too much time gluing each one of these up. And I used, believe it or not, because I used regular glue and they kept falling. So I had to use liquid nails on the ceiling, everything. So that not only is the walls sound deadened, the whole ceiling is too. Then there's like 2.5 feet behind that curtain, but it's a big deep shelf, the whole size. Although I do have a 24 track mixer behind the red stack. And I don't know. Had to figure something out. First thing is to get this desk situation fixed. Thank you, James. Let's see. Let's change the picture. There you go. Converted Scott to Jackson. There we go. Jackson should send me free guitars for as many people as I've converted to Jackson by now. I mean, we're talking 42 years of me with Jackson guitars. Yeah, that's the Pro Plus series. Yep. Amber Blue Burst. Did you ever see the gold bullion one? Let's look that up. We'll look at that up. We'll look at that up. We're going to look at that up. Did you get one, Scott? Or are you just looking at one? Just looking for now? on here, images. Okay, here is what Scott is talking about for those of you who don't know. Where'd we go? Share screen. Let me add it. There you go. Guitar Center. Now, oh, there we go. Very pretty. See if we get the back of it. There you go. How cool is that, everybody? I'm telling you that the Pro Plus series is beautiful guitar. I like. Okay, let's do this. Oh, did it again. Dang it. Move from screen, add to screen. Sorry, folks. I'm still learning. Well, I'm not learning. I'm just trying to remember. Okay. Just trans blue. I don't think it's not a burst. It's kind of a different one. But the red, back to here. That red. It's red. It's something red, and I can't remember. Right there. Red crystal. Come on. That is a gorgeous red. Yeah, that's I love the looks of that guitar. And then there is, hold on here. Oh, did it again. Dang it. Sorry, guys. See, what's bad is you got to come back down here, then add it to the screen again. I need to Then there is the gold. Dang it. Yeah, the gold bullion right there. Come on. Come on. Come on. And there's a real deep blue one. So let's do this. And it's dark blue. There it is. Look at this blue. This is freaking gorgeous. Look how deep that is. If I was going to get one of these, it would either be that red crystal or this one, or this blue. But not a nectar. Is it a dinky? Yeah, dinky. But I love that color. I do like how they did the headstock on that one you like, Scott. Amber blue. I always like this one too. I'm telling you, Grover. Oh, do that. Grover started something with Jackson. I mean, that's just gorgeous. Well, technically, Randy Rhoads is the one that started Jackson. That's just a gorgeous guitar. But here's how my mind works. That's a guitar like to use in a recording studio, or if you were in a jazz band. Somehow, as gorgeous as that guitar is, it doesn't fit a heavy metal band live on stage. In my eyes. But it's just gorgeous. All right, enough of the wishing. Now, get all these. Okay. Blue Monk. Derek, rail pickups. What specifically, what are you talking about? Hey, David. Yeah, that's a lot of that happened around here too, man. But when the customers didn't come in, my aunt got smart and opened the online version of the store too, so she stayed afloat. All right, let's go to the bench. And I'll try to straighten it out a little bit. But I got to take the headphones off. So we are going to do some mad mixing. And see what happens. Let's see, how's that gotta go? Sorry guys, don't get seasick. It's a little better, I guess. So you can see I do have them cut out. Closer, and here's what. Oh, by the way, Marshall, I was trying to show you. Here's the red, and I only had a couple red, so that's why I couldn't do the whole thing. But here's the red, then the stainless, and then the black. So you can see the difference. But the red is freaking amazing in that gold. I mean, look at it against the pickguard. And you get the big block. So that's your new gold tremolo. And Marshall did order the red stainless steel kit. And it's being sent here. So it'll all be red, red, and red. and then the screws for locking nut will be red too. But I mean, that's just. So. These aren't the new frets, these are the old ones. And how I do this is I got them out as they came out of the neck, and I'll kind of pre-cut them to that size. So. Yeah, I mean, because the tuners are gold and red. So let's bring it down to the gold and red down here. So anyway, that was the three options: the red, the stainless, or the black. But the red just like stood out like you wouldn't believe. No wrinkle in that, so that's an original Floyd. Because even the 1000s, they bend them flat, and it'll be like a little kink there. You don't have that kink, you know it's an original Floyd. Ah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make epoxy flowers. Because the other stuff, the liquid stained glass stuff, didn't work. It just wasn't meant to do this kind of stuff. So I talked to a lady at the store and told her what I was doing, and she's like, "You're going to have to epoxy cast those, and then color them with the powders you want." So to do this, just equal parts. Of A and B. I got a blue, and then I got a red mixture with two different color reds and a white pearl. That was A. Okay, this is B. All right. Wow, does that one stink? I may have to leave the room for 10, 15 minutes. Right, MPN? Mix these like it says. Fumigator fan. I have it. I got one. It's right down there. But I don't use it. You don't need to. Not like we're in an industrial park. So we're mixing this stuff up. And I'm going to pour a little bit into the blue. This needs to be blue, and that needs to be blue. David, thank you. David shipped a couple boxes to me today. Oh, I want to show you. This is that. This is the circuit tester, John. It's wild. Use a phone charger cable in there. You hit that button, and there's a green light right there. It lights up. You just touch it to the circuit, anything. And if it stays lit, it's good. If the light goes out, it's bad. That's simple. So I'm going to be using it on that bass amp first off. See if I can figure out. There's got to be something bad. Oh, got to be something bad. One of those. Something's bad in that thing, or it wouldn't be doing what it's doing. But that's pretty cool how that works. I was like shocked how easy. It says it's supposed to mix it up really good. Scrape it down off the sides and everything. This is what we got so far. I'll add it to the colors. Just need a little bit for the blue. Stir vigorously. Scraping everything off. Stick and the sides. And continue to stir. Stir and stir and stir. But I figured this camera gives you more of a view of what I'm doing closer than that one does for this kind of stuff. So if anybody wants to do this, and then you just use whatever color mica powder you need. That's Fireworks Red. Then I have some other kind of red I mixed in with it, and then white pearl. Just in the red one. The blue's still just solid blue. So let's see what happens. Kind of neat looking. That's the. Let me mix up the red. See what we end up with here. Yeah, I told the lady what happened and what it was. She's like, "Oh no, you'll have to do this and just mix the color you need." I'm like, "Well, okay." That's a little different shade of red for the flower there. Go with the blue here. Okay. Line comes up to there. Let me do a little bit of. Yeah, the only bad part about that is some more here. This red. I can get. Try to get it to. I was just transferring it from stick to stick. Need to drop. Hold on here. If I could. How's that, Marshall? I am not a flower artist, I can tell you that. And that one's some. Well, let me see what this is. What? Okay. This is for the Guitar Mafia guitar. I ordered the blue hollow flash, and it says expected delivery Monday, June 1st. And on the 22nd, he created a label. On the 23rd, Auburn, Washington State accepted it. On the 23rd, it arrived at Seattle, Washington Distribution Center. May 26th in transit. Now it just popped up. Pittsburgh, PA. It's arrived in Pittsburgh, so I'll be here tomorrow. If I had. You want some more blue streaks in there, Marshall? I'll work them from the bottom out. You let me know what you want. I mean, again, it's not going to be perfect, but it looks a lot better than the okay. Looks a lot better than the silver duct tape. kind of want to blend it in a little bit. That good, or you want more? I just didn't want it to be too red, just the plain red with against all the red. Yeah, you can block the light, you can see it better. Maybe. Looks good like that? Okay. I mean, I could mix up. Hold on. I do get it all over me. I have green and white. Maybe put a little green. I don't know. You tell me. Put just a touch of green in here where it was already mixed. See what we can do. You think this freaking stuff gets everywhere too? See what this green looks like. I don't have to put it on anything yet. Just see what it looks like. Little green and white. Okay. I'll keep the green towards the bottom where the blue is. That's what you're ending up with. A lot in here. Here comes Ava. Hi, Aves. Don't bump me. Don't bump me, sweetheart. I know this smells weird, huh? She's like walking in and sniffing like, what? All right, now let me see if I can. Come on, don't mix. Just trying to get some of that, the red away from it. Oh my God. I know. You're in Pittsburgh. I know. Thank you. The white in here. Or, well, I mean, that's kind of going with all the colors you got. Pink, the red, the green, silver, the blue. I have other powders, but they're colors that aren't in here already. So is that Dave Chappelle? You all got any more of that white stuff? My nephew was engaged to a girl in Springfield, Ohio, and her mother is Dave Chappelle's personal assistant. He lives in Yellow Springs, Ohio, which is about 20 minutes south of Springfield. And Yellow Springs, it's the home of Antioch College, and it's like going back into some kind of wild. Oh my God, I know you're there. You're in Pittsburgh. Okay, I know. You don't have to keep telling me. It's like a hippies town. Full cure of this is 24 hours. Mix it up like a pearl white. I kind of just want to drizzle, try to shape a couple rose petals on there. But again, I am not a flower artist, Marshall, so this I could just make look better than the duct tape. Okay, Marshall, let me ask you this. You want me to just put some lines in it, or do you want me to outline it with the white? Can't. Trying to block it from the direct light here. Outline white, okay. Yeah, I think that would be better because it would break it up from the rest of the red. And, hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. My glue that's what I shoot glue into cracks with. But what I'm thinking, I can I hope the cops don't come down here. Got white powder and needles. But I'm thinking, come on. Yeah. See, I think on the fly. Might be too thick for that nozzle. Can't go to a. Oh, come on. Now how am I going to do? Should have waited. I can see this is going to end up being a mess. There we go. That one should work. I think I got 2 more of these desk mats. Okay, if this one don't work, that's the biggest needle there's in there. Oh yeah. Yeah. A little bit more white right there. There, how's that, Marshall? That's the best I can do as far as this goes. See if I can rinse this out with some hot water. Watch out, sweetheart. Watch out, baby. Good girl. Good girl, Aves. All right. Can oh, ah, that is a messy project. Holy crap. Come on. Although it did clean up out of my glue needles. Let me throw all this away. Well, I mean, it obviously it looks better than the duct tape, and we kind of got all the colors on here in there, and then it needed a blue. There was a blue here, it needed this one, so we'll just stay with the blue there, kind of like it was. Then that needle's shot. Man, this stuff stinks. Holy crap. But this mica powder, this kind, I got a whole box of it. This is what I used on MPN's Cosmo guitar. That and then the glitter, matching color glitter. Why is... So kind of see how that turns out. And it's kind of like, you get what you get. But again, it's not going to be perfect like it was when it was new, obviously. But it does look better than the man. It does look better than the duct tape. So, and at least we kind of stayed with the colors that are in it all over it. So, yeah, that ain't coming out. So we didn't introduce any strange color that isn't somewhere else on there. And again, the red is killer, man. That is so cool. All right, let me. And I can't do anything else to it till I get more stuff. So tomorrow night, I can do the blue hollow flash on the guitar mafioso. Well, provided it gets here, but usually when it's in Pittsburgh, I get it the next morning. I didn't know my wife had a bunch of stuff delivering today. Our mailman, he was upset. 19 packages showed up today. He actually pulled the van in front of the house. Instead of parking like he normally would, he did like half a U-turn and backed up into the curb. And then Ava just let him know that she wasn't very happy. Let me get back to the bench or to the desk. I need to bring the fan in here. It's hot. Shielding on what? I can't move that till that stuff dries, so I can't do the back of it, and I can't shield the cavities because I got to paint the guitar yet. So I am kind of at a standstill. I ordered the paint. It should be in tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I ordered the paint. It should be in tomorrow. With any luck. But we have rain for the next 2 or 3, at least 2 days, maybe 3. Thank you, Marshall. So, I've never done anything like that before. This is the first time. Obviously I wanted to look as good as I could get it, but see, with the with the glass, stained glass stuff, it wouldn't fill that up and stay there. It kept it. But what was neat about that is you had your colors, and then you had one that was color of lead where you can put in between, like you were outlining like the lead glass. So I'm sure it's going to blend and mix in a little bit more together, but again, sorry, it's not going to be perfect, but it will look better than the tape. So now my hands are all sticky. Like I needed something else to make my fingers not work right. It's the one, look, Mad. It's plugged in and the kill switch lights up. Unplug it, it unlights. Or shuts off, not unlights. Plug it in. Where's the... And it works either way. So yeah, I'm telling you, I love Jackson Soloist. I'm so used to this shape and this neck that, it's, I don't know. Can't remember how that goes. Thank you, David. Derek almost had one. Hey, True. I just epoxied a couple leaves and one big flower. Man, almost like that football stickum stuff to catch a football with. Greasy, you still in here? We're going to beam someone up. Greasy, is this how this went? I dang it. Something like that. Yeah. It's been a long time. No, Russell, I would say this is. God, look, the pick. The pick is sticking. It's like I got stickum from that stuff. God dang it. In my arm, my foot. Holy God. I can't. I can't move. Oh my God, this is making me mad. Can't even throw it. There. I don't have anything to. Hold on, let me see if I can get. That stuff is like everywhere. You're okay, Ibs. You're all right. You don't have to move, babe. It's like there's some kind of almost like that spray adhesive stuck all over my hands. So, if anybody does that, I don't know what you got to do. I mean, I had rubber gloves on. Unless I touched the gloves when I took them off. I don't know. It's like everything's still sticky. Now the back of the neck sticky. God dang it. And I just made my hand sticky again. Okay. Safety tip. You ever do that stuff, don't play guitar until after you wash your hands completely. Try a different pick. Dang it. So that one. Or paranoid. This is crazy. So, yeah, I love this guitar. Expect delivery. Yeah. The Hollow Flash will be here tomorrow. Well, I've had total of 8. I thought it was 7, but my wife's like, no, 8. Because the medical record she had. And then I had the stroke, so it's just getting worse and worse. And then this kind of stuff here is not helping. If I don't have the tip, this is what's. When I had the stroke, I was playing guitar. I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, my finger and thumb went numb, then my hand, then the whole arm. And then it was like split right down the center of my nose. This whole right side was completely numb. And everything came back except for the tips of those fingers. So I have to press really hard or the pick goes flying. And I was always the type player that my pick, depending on what I was playing for rhythm, I would rotate it from straight to a side or this way even as I was playing. Now I can't do that, and it's messing with me. See? Wow. It hurts. I mean, when you can't feel the pick there, that's what screws with you. Yeah, it was that used to, the guys in the band are like, how do you move your pick, rotate your pick as you're playing? I just use my, I would hold it. I played like that, but when I need to rotate it, I've grabbed it with the middle finger and just moved it with the first. So, yeah, my picking's all off today. Yeah, I know, and I can't do that. I've tried to do that and play like that, and I can't. It's just weird. It's not natural. Today's not a good day. Plus, I spent about 3.5 hours at the hospital getting tested and all kind of crap today. That didn't help either. Yeah. This is why when I do these recordings, I never know when I'm going to do a song. It depends on that day, if I can play good or not. Oh my God, get out of the way. I mean, if it's just if it's a good day. Because some days I can come down here and it's pretty much like, hey, the old days, and then other days it's like today. And it's aggravating because I can't plan ahead and say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to do this, this, or this. So, and that's why I go through the headphones and stuff and do a lot of recording on my own. It might be 4 or 5 in the morning because all of a sudden it's like it's working. I can play a little better. So I'll do that. And, wait a minute. So I just never know when I can actually sit down and get to do it. But that's why I'm starting to realize that my days of soloing are pretty much gone. And when I did the solo for One Night Eternal, like I said, that one little sweep picking of the solo. So I broke it down in 3 spots. You know, dang it. And then I can't even attempt to do that today. But that 1 second, I did the first part, and then the sweep picking part that lasts a second took me over an hour to get that, because I just can't do it. It upsets me. So what I do, I use 2mm. No. I use mediums, but it gets to me and I get frustrated, because that when Dave was here for those 4 days, 2 of the 4 days I was able to play. The other 2 days, he's like, dude, just stop. Tell me what you want me to do. And, you know, on the bass, he's like, calm down. I get flustered with myself. And, it just, I don't know. It just makes me sad and angry at the same time. Sangry maybe. It's like I know what to do, I know how to do it, but I can't get my hands to do it anymore, and that just, you know. So I'm it's still there, it's still sticky. There it is. So it's now that hit the desk and it's gone. It literally hit the desk right here, right in front of me, and now it's gone. I go through so many picks. I swear to God, this desk just eats them. So yeah, I go through stages where it really bothers me. Then I get mad. So I kind of like, okay, well, I'll do the David Gilmour less is more thing. You know, the days of playing fast are pretty much over, I guess. But again, it's nice to have the other guys around that willing to do it, and they don't just come in and say, okay, let me hear it, and then they come up with something. They're like, bro, this is your music. What direction do you want us to go? Or show me, no matter how fast or slow, show me what you have planned, and then they work from that. So I'm very, very grateful and thankful for all that. And, you know, they know why I'm doing this. They don't want anything for it. You know, Mark doesn't want anything to mix it. So, but it just aggravates me when I can't do my own music. And there are some days where I can sit down and do the rhythms, I'm going to try it now and make myself look like a fool. Can't do it. I get the rhythms down really good. And I try to do a solo and it screws up. Or there are days where I'm like this with the rhythm, but I can pull off a mediocre solo. So it just gets aggravating, because I would love to be able, like I did back then, this day, I'm working on this track, and this track. I can't do that now. I mean, I can come down here and try. Then what happens is I get frustrated. Then the creative juice goes away because I'm mad. No offense, Hatter. But yeah, it's just it just gets frustrating. That's why I'm so thankful for what I have been able to get accomplished, and get it ready to get out there. So, but I mean, there's, and this is another thing why I quit playing on the other show, because randomly I'd get asked, and it might be a day where I could do it, or it might be a day where I couldn't. And then if I tried and it couldn't, like this, then it was just made fun of for 2 days. So that's why, I mean, Puppy keeps asking me, come on the show and play. If it's a good day, I can. Chances are, it's more days that I can't than I can. See, before it used to be about 50-50 after all that, but now it's getting, 60-40, 60 bad, 40 good. And, like right here, when I couldn't do this, I should have just stopped, because I don't want to have someone, look, listen to that. He can't play nothing. It's like, no, I don't want to put myself in that situation, and I don't want to give ammo to those who would make fun of it. But I'm just being upfront with you guys. So, and even though I do have a lot of songs, I guess you could say finished, it's not like I worked on them for 2 days and they were done. A couple of them took months. I've been working on these for over 4 years total to get what I have going. So it's just taking a long time. Yeah, Chongs, I had a stroke in 2021. Then a year later, I had another one, but it wasn't near as bad as the first one. So, but it's just weird. The very tip of my tongue is still numb, and like not from the crease up, about halfway on that, and it's right where you grab the pick. It's like if I squeeze, I can feel the pressure, but if you go like that, I don't feel it. So it kind of. Oh my God, I know it is. Expected delivery. Did I just not look at this and it said expected delivery? Oh my God. I know you're in Pittsburgh. I know you'll be here tomorrow. You told me 4 times. I'm going to break the phone. You see me rage smash my phone here in a minute. So, but yeah, and when I explained that to Napoleon about the stroke, he didn't believe me about any of that stuff. He didn't. I found out he didn't believe me about 90% of the stuff I told him from the other source. So I guess because they talk all the time. So I can't do anything about it. Well, I try. Thank you. I used to. I showed my son how to play. Then he actually built from that. But I can't do a fraction of what I used to be able to do. That's why I'm proud of what I have out now. And like I said, I still have a lot more to go. I got the whole thing is full. I just don't know how long I'll be able to try to do that. Thank you, Peggy. But as far as working on a guitar or painting a car or guitar, it doesn't affect me. It's the playing. And that's what bothers me more than anything. You didn't drop anything on you, Derek, did you? Thank you, MPN. But it wasn't my choice. I didn't rage quit like somebody kept saying I did. Excuse me. Yeah, see, Greasy, you know. It sucks. It just sucks to sit here and think of what I used to do. Or we have VHS tape, some stuff, but and watch it, and then sit there and think, oh wow, then try it and be like, doop 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 doop, like, oh my god. Yep, that's where Cole got a master's from Berkeley. Boston. Hey, Michael B. So, I there's nothing I can do about it, I guess. I mean, I have done the stretches, and I used to sit there. I used to be able, and there's a photo somewhere, but I used to be able to take these two fingers and almost have them completely straight with each other. I can't do it anymore. So I did, and the warm water, yeah, I've done that down here in the winter when I wanted to play. Or I have turned the heater on, just like cook my hands for about a minute and a half. So yeah, the being made fun of stuff just used to, and I know some of you guys saw it in my face, but I would try to hide it. Because I'm sitting there thinking, listening to what he was playing, thinking, my God, 40 years ago, and then to sit and tell me my songs suck, my sound sucks, everything sucks. More tapping, cool. I don't know, Scott. I can't do much more olive oil. I am Italiano. So, and I just, MPN, I mean, there were times when MPN would send me a message, dude, I know you're mad. I can see it in your face. Well, he went from wanting to be Van Halen to wanting to be a guitar player for the Police. No in between. So. So, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it now. It is water under the bridge. So, my wife found a videotape the other day. It was a show we did. We played Capitol Music Hall in Wheeling. And the night before the show, it was us, Grim Jack, and a band called Shattered. And the night before the show, the Capitol Music Hall made it a 18 and over show. And it was a local show here for the kids. And they were upset because they couldn't get in. And so we, on stage, we said we would come back and do an all ages show here locally. And we did. And my wife found one of the tapes which had like 3 songs on it. And I was sitting there like, man. Good night, Lewis. Be good, man. Sweet dreams. I've been 23 almost 3 times. Yeah, like right now. Right now, here, and that's like there I had the operation. There, it's like that stuff didn't help. I even got that Nervive. It's a roll on. Try to do something. So sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. But it's funny that, the One Night Eternal song is a little over 4 minutes. And it took me an hour to do a 1 second part of the solo. That was very strenuous and disheartening. Because I just sat here like over and over and over again. And the more I went, the worse the harder it hurt, or the more it hurt. Well, thank you, David. I have that. Both my middle finger, when I wake up in the morning, they're like this, and then they get snap. Yeah, Greasy, that's a downfall. Because my son-in-law was here when I was doing the recording, and he's like, that sounds fine. I'm like, no. I can tell. He's like, well, just he'll mix it. No. So. And I mean, I try to be now. But good night, MPN. Dream Suite. Dream Theater. No, I have to modify my fingers. I need those gloves that automatically, they got the little motors on. But literally an hour for a 1 second part. A part that, when I was in the band, I could have done it in like probably 3 minutes, had it down. So I just got to learn to live with it. I got to come to the realization that I'm not 25 anymore. I will never be 25 again. I am closer to my 80s than I am from now to the 80s. So I just didn't see it coming this quick. So, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I was too. In my head, I'm still 25. But my body's telling me, no, you're not. Stop dreaming, Alice. So, but like I said, I have a lot of the photos. There's a lot of VHS tape. And I have all that. So I do have the memories. But that's another thing. I wasn't allowed to show too much on the other show because I think he realized that it outdid his traveling across the western United States in the mystery van with Scooby-Doo. Oh, more rain. Raggy, yeah, that's his songs. I remember he was complaining because none of his songs were selling. I'm like, well, write one that someone likes besides you. That was either before or after the show. Yeah, my sister had 32 years in with the Ohio workers' comp. I know what she went through. People calling and screaming because they want their money and blah, blah, blah. Greasy. Yeah, I mean, he was talking about that, and turns out he was never signed to a record deal. And he's not on the album when he was in the band. So he's like Rudy Sarzo and Tommy Aldridge on the Diary of a Madman. They're on the cover in the photo, but they ain't on it. But he did do one song with them, and I think it was a Christmas song. So when I start talking about actually being signed to a record company, riding around in a bus, not a mystery van, and having roadies, and I don't know. He told me when he told me about Jay, he's like, now get this. Greasy, listen to this. You'll like this. Jay was in Gizmacha, I think is how you pronounce it. They put out a few albums. They toured Ozfest. They were an actual act in Ozfest for a whole season, a whole year, maybe even 2. And when he told me about it, he's like, "Oh, we were signed by MTV, and we went down south to Mexico and toured. All his only claim to fame is Ozfest. That's nothing compared to what I did." And I'm thinking, have you ever seen an Ozfest? I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's more people in front of the stage at Ozfest than there were when you were on that patio behind the bar letting someone else your amp. They kept showing video from. So yeah, if I kept saying, I got some more pictures to show or something like that, I don't do that tonight. So, it is what it is. Well, there's a reason for that, Peggy. When it happened, I was upset. I admit that. Not so much that it was over, just the way it ended, but you guys know that. Now, I look back, and I think it is a blessing, and I almost wish I would have quit a year ago, at least, and did this for over a year now. Well, some of those are paid for, Peggy. Those IDs. Yeah, well, what got me what got me was, and I even sat and talked to my wife about this, because he had a chat family before I got there, and then got to know a lot of you guys because of that. But what got me is when it ended, you guys came here. And I never asked for that, and I thank you. I appreciate that. And every now and then, if I see he's live, I'll look at it. There'll be like 4 or 5 people there. That's it. And he keeps telling, "Oh, we got tons of new people," and okay. I'm thinking, where are they? But it just it humbled me and shocked me that you guys did what you did, and I greatly appreciate that. Because I don't think he ever believed me. I mean, I really want to help. And I don't think he ever believed, because I look at the way I was raised. If he didn't believe me after all I tried to show him how I was, wanted to do and was trying to do, and he still didn't believe me, then that tells me he's never ever wanted to help anybody but himself. He won't believe it because he can't do it. That's what my well, I call him Grandpa but that's what he said. If they don't believe you after you prove it to them, they still don't believe you. That means they're not that kind of person. They couldn't do it, so therefore they can't comprehend you doing it. So, like I said, if you guys knew everything that went on behind the scenes, well, it might not shock you now, but it would have at one point in time. Yeah, I don't want this headset to die on me. So with me complaining about taking an hour to play that one part of the solo, you guys want to hear the song? You might not. You're probably tired of One Night Eternal, but I think that's the best Kevin sound. So it's the best Kevin sounded, and the whole solo. The first part was nothing. The last part, I broke it in 3 parts. First part, then the fast part, and then the last part. That's funny, fast and last. First part was nothing. The middle part took over an hour, and the last part took probably 15 minutes. So, hour and 20, 25 minutes to do a 15-second solo. But I do think this is the best Kevin sound on all the recordings because he is, going to be 58. He hasn't had to do this for such a long time, and you can tell from the more you're hearing, the rougher his voice is getting a little bit. So, but this was one of the first ones. This one and the dentist were like the two. I think they were the first two. So remember, an hour and 20 minutes to do the solo in this. over an hour for that part right there. So when you the main part is there you go. That's the basic rhythm right there. But the tuning for that, Greasy, is D sharp. Make your low E a D sharp and go from there. And I did, I did not do that on purpose. What had happened was I was working Cole's drop C, and then my son-in-law's drop B, then they did a drop C sharp, and in between I got mad, just started, hit it and tuned it, and then ended up using that guitar to record that. And then I wasn't thinking about it, and I grabbed all my other guitars and like, why is this not right? And then I checked, and it was D sharp. So, Wild Warlock. What is your opinion on Spira? I don't know. I've never seen them. Let's look them up. So Entry Point Guitar. I've heard the name. So when you say Entry Point, or do you mean for you or I've never played one, but I have. Somehow I've heard of them. Let's look. Come on. Gear for music. Well, let me share this. I gotta go back and add it to the screen. Go back over here. Roasted popular body, delivers rich tone and durability. Modern D neck shape. Locking machine heads. Full description. Just want to see. Canadian roasted maple neck. There you go. Modern D shape sucks. You have to have flat. Roasted maple fretboard, 14 radius. There you go. 25 and a half. 24 jumbo frets, 43. Bone nut. Double action. I've heard heard this, but I don't know where. I dropped another pick on the floor and it's gone. And they're white and black picks landing on a dark gray carpet, and I can't find them. There it is. Spoke too soon. Found one of 3 that I dropped tonight. Yeah, for you. Okay. Well, it's got good stuff. I mean, I don't know how the pickups sound, but at least the neck and body's good. Bone nut, that's a plus. Locking tuners. Beautiful guitar. It just doesn't say like what pots are in it or what kind of switch it is. And the pickup, I guess the pickup are their own brand. Custom made. I can't read that. Billion humbuckers. Build and premium components. Have you played one? Greasy, I don't mind dropping them. It's when I drop them right here, then they're gone. It's like the floor opens up or the desk opens up and eats the pick. Two-year warranty. Well, I would say from what I'm reading here, that's a pretty decent price for what you're getting. I guess it would basically depend on how it sounds for you and how it feels for you. $12K output. I mean, got good stuff. 14-inch radius all the way. There you go. Let's see what else they got. Now they make a 7-string. They copied the King V. Kind of copied. That's a combination of a Kelly and the Snakebite from ESP. Definitely good looking guitars. Apparently they don't like Floyd Rose. None of them have one. Oh, it's 500 series. Let's see what we got here. Let's look at the 400. Acoustic strummer looking to start a metal path. Well, there you go. Welcome. The best part of your musical career. Derek, if I ever sell that Warrior, you're the first person I'm going to let know. Deal? I don't think Derek heard me. Okay, out of all of them, that one. There we go. Yep. Definitely like that one. Hmm. To me, that's a sharp looking guitar. Color and everything. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, Derek didn't hear me. We saw the 500. Let's look at the 600. They don't believe in Floyd Roses, apparently. Oh, Pro Series might have. Nope. Wow, that looks like a Solar. €12.49 would be what, about 1,500 United? Computer. €1,249 is equal to how much in United States money? I was close. $1,452. Yeah, I didn't. I don't see no reply. Yeah, they don't have a Floyd on any of them. Blasphemy. That one reminds me of a watermelon. Right there. Yeah, I love that blue and purple. Let's make that. I can't believe you can't get any of them with a Floyd, or they don't offer any of them with a Floyd. Custom shop, you ought to be able to tell them that's what you want. that a spill from the stain? No. There's that right there, and there's one right here. Yeah. Sharp looking guitar. Yeah, I would say Wild. I have a friend of mine who is in Australia, and there's a shop there he goes to all the time. I'll have to find out what it is. Derek, did you end up buying that other Floyd? David didn't, and it's gone now. I told you guys it wouldn't last a day. Oh, someone got it. Nope. David didn't get it. So you guys want to hear anything else? All the King's Men, Alone in the Echo, The Dentist, since that's still a rather new one for you guys. Dentist. The Dentist. Good night, Blue. Why am I not seeing? I don't see him on here now. Well, we'll do The Dentist, and then we'll do. Still can't believe anybody wants to hear this, but. Let me say this. A lot of these, I'm going to say probably 60% of what you've heard, I've recorded. My parts was 4 to 7 in the morning.
The chair. Rain beats hard on neon glass. Midnight clinic from my past. The receptionist won't blink her eyes as a grin stretched thin a mile wide. Old black photos line the hall, screaming mouths behind the door. Every step the floorboards moan like this building feeds on broken bone. The smell of bleach and rotting squeeze, hanging from that bloodstained string. Rip the molars from the jaw, feeds his evil through his flaw. Drill bit screaming through the skull till the human heart goes down. Share reclines forever chained. Every patient leaves deranged. Hear the suction drinking deep. No one here falls asleep. The lights go black, the drill still winds. Echoes trapped beyond all time. And somewhere in that curse-packed room, the dentist waits for someone new. Open wide
So open wider. He didn't want to. Kevin didn't want to sing that part. He thought that was kind of odd to end it on that. And I said, no. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but the way I'm looking at it is it's continuing. There's another one, and then another one, and then another one. So all right, someone want to hear Alone in the Echo? Okay. My favorite part, right here. I love that double hit. Keyboards he added.
The dust settles on a worn out wooden floor. The shadow of a man behind a locked door. I watch the seasons change through a cracked pane, counting every drop of the cold winter rain. There is a hollow sound in the empty hall, waiting for a voice or that phantom's call. I buried my secrets in the backyard dirt, tried to hide away all that hurts. The clock on the wall has no sound, looking for the melodies I never found. My boots are covered in the miles of the past, wandering along the quiet breath will last. The ink is trying on a page with no name. The months are circling the dying flame. I see the finish line drawn in the sand, holding on to nothing with a trembling hand. I do not want to go where the silence takes its toll, leaving not a trace of my struggle or my soul. I do not want to fade like a vapor in the sky. No one there to witness my last goodbye. Any reason or a better live to fly. I don't want to perish, a hollow filling my eyes. I met a traveler on the road to the west. He had a silver metal pin to his chest. He told me that the glory was a bitter pill to swallow, and the heart inside is jagged and is hollow. He had 1,000 stories, but no one left to hear, trading all his triumphs for a single human tear. The prophets in the street are howling at the moon, singing frantic and disconnected too. They talk of heavy burdens, the price price of being free. But none of them can offer clarity to me. I am looking for a spark in the middle of the night. Something more than shadows dancing in pale light.
All the King's Men.
The ink is drying on a stage with no dame. The monster circling the dying flame. I see the finish line drawn in the sand, holding on to nothing with a trembling hand. I do not want to go where the silence takes its toll, leaving not a trace of my struggle or my soul. I do not want to fade like a vapor in the sky, with no one there to witness my last goodbye. My last goodbye. Give me a reason or a banner left to find. I don't want to perish, a hollow film in my eyes. I do not want to go where the silence takes its toll, leaving not a trace of my struggle or my soul. I do not want to fade like a vapor in the sky, with no one there to witness my last goodbye.
Like I said, I think he mixed a lot of these on Sunday morning before going to church, the way it turned out. All the King's Men. That's the one you want to hear. Like the beginning, like the crow. That the one you're talking about, True?
In the days of old, lived kings and queens. In a land of dragons, dragons, wizards and dreams. Men wore suits of steel, riding stallions of stone, fighting for their honor in a world to call their own. Across the fields of blood, you'll hear the swords clash, you'll hear their shields smash. Though many have fallen, their souls will never die. Just one dreaded listen.
Engel.
You'll hear the dreaded cry. All the King's men, driven some within, fighting to survive, dying their only sin, their only thrills to kill. Shadows stand still, out on the battle plains, their blood begins to spill. Yeah.
Most of these were on the 150.
Now as the smoke
The Invader one, the second one. Couple were on the Powerball 2.
the sound of the screams, they seem to disappear as the men ride away. The battlefield is cold, alone in the corner. The king, he sits alone. All the King's men, driven some within, fighting to
I messed up the end right there. Now, Derek, the Road of Fire and Tears was done on the Powerball 2. So far, everything you heard tonight was all on the Invader 150. But this is the Powerball 2, the one on top. It's got more mids in the Powerball 2.
The state lights burn like 1,000 suns. Guitar screams loud, but the heart weighs a ton. Leather and chains, but the soul feels bare. Another town lost in a highway's glare. The crowd roars wild, but the silence remains in every hotel. In the echoes of pain, letters unread, photographs fade, promises broken, the price that we pay. Oh, this road of fire and tears, where the music drowns out all the fears, but the echoes of love still call my name through the smoke and the flames. The wheels keep turning to miles unwind.
The only part I do of a solo in here is coming up, and it's like I kind of ripped off the Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time. Just did it a little different. Deet, 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 deet. That's it.
Chasing the dream.
It's the first thing you hear of the solo, then it's not me.
The spotlight fades, the night grows cold. Another story left untold. The strings are worn, the voice is weak, but the fire inside still begs to speak.
Right here. Now it switches. So the Powerball 2, the Invader 150 is 150 watts tube, and it's just brutal. It literally smacks you in the face. When I bought that new, it was like $3,200. Now you can get them anywhere used from 18 to 21. The only problem is you don't know how used they are, and they might need retubed. The Powerball 2 has more versatility to it, but it kind of has a more of a mid-range effect to it. So I need to bring my oh my God, can't remember what it is. The 120, see, turned 61, it's like everything just goes blank. I think the Powerball, I'd have to check the notes, but I think the Powerball 2, like I said, I think I only use it on 3 songs total, and this one right here, Pain, might be the second one. Pain. Much pain. Now the keyboards, he added. Yeah, that's the Powerball 2. It's a little bit more mid-range.
Look at me, what do you see? A man consumed by hate. What you gonna do when I come after you? To you I promise pain. Get in my way, there's a price you'll pay. Today you're gonna see what I'll do to someone like you in my storm of rage. Yeah. Pain! Much pain! Pain! Pain!
20 minutes to write these words.
Now I stand here over your soul. You're a shattered man. Look at me, what do you see? A man consumed by hate. Pay the price for running your mouth. Now you're looking down. You lay there a broken man, a victim of all you do. Damn.
He added that. Damn. Kevin added that.
This was evil, steals your soul and feeds off energy.
Sounds like he says energy, but it's anarchy.
It's all coming down, feels like you can't breathe. Every day and every way, this world's in disarray. Much pain, much beating and
So there you go. That's two. I don't remember what the third one was that I used I don't remember. I have to look at the notes. So All the King's Men was the Invader 150, but it was toned down. Or no, not, dang it, hold on. Not that, Jack the Ripper, I mean. Okay, that first part, that wasn't supposed to be on the recording, because you'll hear me at the end, just kind of lay my hand on the strings. It was supposed to start right here. No. I wish I was.
in the shadows of old Whitechapel streets, where the air hangs heavy with deceit.
No, now Ingle and ESP are all the same company.
A specter of the night, Jack the Ripper with a thirst for blight. Oh, Jack the Ripper, with your blade so keen and sinister.
Uh-oh, hold on.
You haunt the alleys with your dreadful spree, leaving terror and darkness in your wake. We plead under the moon's eerie glow. It crowds, sowing fear with each victim he fells.
3 hours and 15 minutes.
Some with no face, no remorse, leaving behind a trail of remorse. Oh, Jack! Jack the Ripper, your crimes, they make our blood run colder. In the heart of London, you wield your knife, a grim reaper, stealing innocent
There's that less is more.
The city whispers tales of horror and woe.
That's a good idea, Greasy.
As fear grips tight and the streets grow low,
I don't know if I should have said they were more innocent, but
The authorities chase shadows in vain as Jack the Ripper eludes every chain. A ghastly legend, a nightmare's birth, spreading terror throughout the earth. Oh, Jack the Ripper, in the annals of history, you're a grim reaper. Your name forever etched in blood and fear. A dark specter that will never disappear.
Sorry about that.
So lock your doors and close your eyesight for Jack the Ripper.
I need new mic holders.
Owns the night. In the shadows he waits, his hunger unbound. A nightmare haunting London's ground.
Figures all this stuff worked great for 3 years, and when I need it on my own, it breaks. Yeah, that was the Invader 150, but toned down some. The Fireball one? No, not the Fireball. My mind's blank. Stay. It won't. I can't tighten it, and it won't stay. There we go. Yeah, that's a good way to think of that, Greasy. And it does suck that happens. You actually you really do get bummed out about it. So, I mean, it is. I don't, like I said, All the King's Men is the only one that was complete fantasy. Everything else, I either lived it or I have a friend who very close lived it and I know all about it, or I've studied it. That's what I write about, because that's what's real. And like Dave, Dave was, when he was here, I thought we were going to work on 3 or 4 of the songs, and he got on One Night Eternal, and he's like, dude, he's like, that makes me, he goes, even though I know how it turned out, because, he was here when I started dating Beth, and he was even in the wedding. He's like, even though I know how it turned out, that song leaves me wanting to know more about her. And he's like, it's like it and it 4 days working on that song. He's like, he was listening, because some of these he hadn't heard, because I did the bass on them, and he was like, my God. He's like, you're putting, I don't know the exact word. He's like, but you're putting yourself out there. You're putting your heart out there, that people hear this. They're seeing and hearing and living what you have lived and went through. glitched? I don't know what you're talking about. You got me lost, David. So I'll go for another hour. Anybody want to join? Greasy, David, who else? Anybody else here? True? Anybody want to jump in? Or I can just sit here and play more music. There you go, David. I think you like this one too, don't you? Wrong mouse.
In the shadows of Carpathian sky, wolves begin their mournful cry. Castles stone soaked in blood rain, the king of death shall rise again.
That's the Invader 150.
Born in blood and crowned in war, the empire feared forevermore. Eyes like fire, soul like night, feeding where there is no light. Whispers call his cursed name, crosses burning, trembling flames. Through the fog his carriage rides, bringing hell with him inside. Immortal hunger calling from crypts beneath the grave. No prayer can stop the darkness, no soul can be saved. Dracula, Lord of the dead, sleeping by day in a coffin bed. Dracula, crimson rain, drinking blood runs through his veins. Dracula, blackened wings, master of unholy things. Dracula, from the mountains to the sea, the prince of darkness walks eternally. Moonlight paints the castle walls. Hear the victims when he calls. Pale white skin with a razor grin. Death awaits if you let him in. Cold as winter, still as stone, forever cursed, he walks alone. Through the centuries he survives, keeping ancient fear alive. Nails scrape the coffin lid, awaken a beast that God forbids. Bats descend from skies of black. Once he comes, no turning blood red eyes, watching from the midnight skies. Dracula, eternal king, death follows in the shadow he brings. Dracula is the cries of the dead beneath the stars. From the grave he will rise.
Why is it not adding that?
The castle sleeps and evil breeds. Be the dead of night. Shite!
Trying to figure this out here.
Oh,
I'm trying to add one because I found the other one that I did with the Powerball 2, and for some reason it's not showing it. It says it's downloaded. Okay, hold on. Try this again. Get rid of that one. So this is downloaded. Hold on. Get rid of that one. Okay. Now let's see if it does it. Done. There it is. Okay. Watching the show while working, eh? So, what is up, David? Tell us about your wife's hair.
Well, it has been a doozy of a day. So, but I only worked like half a day, so that was cool. Wife had a hair appointment. I thought she was getting a new color. You know, the blue was fading again. So she got the sides. She's got really long hair, so she got the sides and the back all shaved off, and typically does that for the summer. Well, apparently the hairstylist had some thoughts and gave her a talking to and said she knew she was married to a male person. So she said, "Are you aware that this is like giving transgender, sorry, trans seasonal signs?" And I don't, I don't want to get you kicked off of YouTube, Ron, talking about the wrong thing and shit. Uh, and she's like, "No, my husband doesn't care. What are you talking about?" And she said, "Well, I have to ask because apparently this one young lady, she went and got some pink put in her hair, and then her husband berated her for like 20 minutes trying to find out if she was leaving him. She turned happy gay and you know all kinds of stuff." So and she's just like, "No, can you? I'll pay you. Can you do what I'm asking you?" She said yes. Yeah, that was really odd. You know, not gonna. Now she wanted to cut her hair all off one time. You know, she's like, "I'm tired of it." I'm like, "Okay, I would hope that you don't. You really got to think that through. You know how long it's going to take to come back if you don't like it."
That's what wigs are for.
Yeah, well, either way, you know, I like her hair because it's really dark, not black, just really dark brown, and it's like naturally gorgeous. She doesn't have to do anything to it; she just washes it, and everybody's always complimenting her hair. "Oh my God, what do you use?" Like, you know, they got split ends or whatever else, and it's like she didn't have those problems. It's just naturally great. So, you know, first, that I'd rather she had the hair. I'm not trying to, you know, not trying to hang out with myself. God, who would do that?
Sinead O'Connor.
She need O'Connor. She needs hair. That's what she needs.
That's what Saturday Night Live when Phil Hartman was on it doing Sinatra, and they had one of the girls in Saturday Night Live dressed up like her, and he's like, "Uncle Fester, talk. He's like, I don't know. I'm looking at you and I'm thinking cue ball, 8-ball, corner pocket. So you know what? Let me see if I can find that. I don't care if I get a
I would say
strike
I'm
for
the
that.
least judgmental. Like everything looks great on everybody else. Just maybe I'm too self-conscious. There's things I wouldn't wear or do with myself. And then there's the wife's hair. I don't know. I mean, it's like, hey, I'll sell you this great Jackson, but it's got the shittiest pickups you ever heard in your life. You take away one of its greater points, and it's like, uh, glad I own this one. Shit. So I would rather she didn't cut it all off. You want to make it blue? That cool. I'll even tolerate it when it's green. Just don't shave it off, please.
Okay. I don't know if I can. I mean, I'll probably get copyright for this, but I don't care. This is worth the fun. Don't anybody get offended. This is Phil Hartman as Frank Sinatra. And if you guys know anything about Frank did what he wanted. Hold on, dang it. Edit. Highlight it.
Frank
I
had
gotta
the
come
love
over
and the money
here.
to do what he wanted.
What?
Frank had the love and the money to do what he wanted.
All right. So here we go. And I loved Phil Hartman on.
Is it going?
Hold on.
Yeah, I saw Greasy saying, "Oops, I got
But
show I'm watching says unavailable."
they did it. They shut me down. YouTube did.
They did, yeah. Damn, that was funny as shit, though. I feel like it was worth it.
It was. They did that to Laz too one night. We were on there and he was playing a bunch of Aussie videos and all of a sudden they shut him down.
Shit, that sucks. Yeah, that was really funny though. I hadn't seen that in years. I totally forgot about it. God, that
Hold
was.
on. Hold on. YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, YouTube didn't. Uncle Fester. Let's see. Are we still on? Yeah, they didn't. Well,
Yeah, I still got the chat.
hold on. Let's see. Are we back on yet?
I got easily a 10-second delay on watching the show on Firefox because it makes me do the live stream on Google. That's
Yeah.
why it was telling me to download something I already had last time.
Not that.
Suspended for policy violations is what it says.
Suspended.
Yeah, so you might not. I don't know. Might not be able to get back on. Not tonight, anyway. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Let me tell them good night. Hold on. Let me end this.